Today is Tuesday, February 27, 2024. It's about 8:20 a.m. Eastern. Market opens in about an hour and 10 minutes. There are only really three levels to trade against in the E-minis today. This middle area here is really a zone. The 506 is the gap left over from yesterday, and below a little bit is also a valid area. So if the spiders come down into it, that would be a good place to buy this area. Treat it as a zone. Buy at both places with reduced position sizes, reduced contracts. Or if they come up from below, say they open below and they come up into it later in the day, then this area will be a good zone to sell short. Currently, in the pre-market, the spiders are at 506.16 at 8:21 a.m. After the market closes this afternoon, we will take a look at any and all trades taken in the E-minis based off of these levels. Market is closed now. We have two levels that the spiders hit, but no trades. So how is that possible? Well, I'll pull up a recording of what would have been at least one trade when the spiders came down into this area, and I'll explain why it did not happen. So you remember the zone from this morning. Well, the spiders opened up in the middle of the zone, and the expectation was, at least I thought, that it would be a good area for support, and I wanted to buy at the extreme low side of this area. So I had a limit order on the chart to buy two contracts toward the bottom of this area, of this zone, and they gave the trade in a different way. And my thought process was, and you'll see in a minute, after the spiders pulled up out of the zone a fair amount, that was the trade. Plenty of ES points in that move, and I wasn't willing to buy again if they got down lower, because to me that was the trade that was a near miss. And we'll watch that transpire in just a moment. There it is right there. Also, for some reason, my little clock that I usually have running wasn't running. What you see here is just the current time, 6:37 p.m. Anyway, so this move here, I considered the trade. And just that whole zone to me was satisfied, because at this point, I didn't know whether they're going to go farther higher or come back and go lower. What happened, and I'll just scrub ahead for many hours, is they just hung around this level, these two levels, this whole zone. So eventually I stopped the recording. Nothing else happened. And let's just go back to the whole day to get a better perspective. So there you go. Pretty much just calling this area satisfied because of the way they kind of came into it. They had opened much below or much above and come into it. Typically, I would have taken the trade when they hit the levels, but it just did not work out. So the only thing I can call this is a near miss on both sides, and we'll take a look at the tracking sheet and the tracking log, and just for full disclosure. So here you go, not counting any points, although both of the levels individually were respected quite a bit all day long. Trades probably could have been taken, but just the way I'd like to treat them, it just wasn't right for me this time. So no points pulled out of the ES today. So that's a wrap. Hope you find this information interesting and helpful. Have a great day.